Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be here and do another reading for you guys today. Alright, bet you meet your mom, bet you get a dog and name it after me. Hey Pookie. That is the vibe. Literally as soon as I sat down and I was like, you know what, I am gonna do a reading right now. That's the song that came in my head. If you haven't heard it, it's called Pookie's Requiem. It's giving, y'all, we're moving on to bigger and better things. Okay, so we're gonna get to see a collective message today. All right, and remember, take what resonates and leave the rest for your neighbor, because what isn't for you is likely for them. Okay, get your drink. I've got water with ice, and y'all might need some coffee, might need some tea, might need a LaCroix. I don't know what it is that you need. You might just need a snack plate. But get it, we're gonna dive in, and we're gonna see what's going on with the collective currently. Okay, you can hear the pitter-patter of my dog in the background. He's trying to figure out if he's gonna lay down or whatnot. But I'm gonna go ahead and roll the dice. I missed you guys, alright? Set your intentions for this reading. As soon as I just started talking, I felt like my ears clog up. Some of you guys could feel, you know those memes that are like, when you're telling someone about your life and then you get an intuitive feeling to stop talking, so you like reframe what you say because you can tell you're not supposed to tell that person. It's like that. It's like people's ears starting to like go in and out because your intuition is like trying to tippy tap on your brain and let you know what you should be saying and what you shouldn't be. Okay? Bet you meet your mom, bet you get a dog and name it after me. Hey Pookie. In an alternate reality. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Okay, 6th house, 8th house, Pisces, Capricorn, and Pluto. Alright, the number 86 or 68 could be significant. Wow, okay. This could also be the number 14, could be significant, or 1 plus 4 is 5. So that could also be significant. I'm going to use the Vox Arcana Tarot today. So let me get that so I can shuffle it. All right, the energy I'm picking up on is like having to carry on with a daily routine whilst feeling like you're walking through utter darkness. Okay, we have Pluto, Pisces, and the 8th house. But then we have Capricorn right in there, and the Capricorn is like showing up to work even though I'm completely unaware of these changes and how they're about to affect me. It's like murky water, shallow water, something about shallow water. I didn't even like mean to say that. In an alternate reality. Something about an alternate reality. Yeah, I'm seeing someone like, you know those clips of Sailor Moon like doing her transformation? It's like someone deciding like, yep, I'm gonna transform, and all of y'all are going to like deal with it. Okay. The 8th house with Pisces. It's just like you're not meant to know what's going on, guys. You're not. The only thing you're meant to know right now is that you're not meant to know. We're gonna get deeper into like just kind of what's affecting the collective as a whole right now. But there's quite a few things. 444 on the clock when I say that, and that is protection. It's like we're being protected from knowing too much because we're not meant to know. Okay, there is an affirmation that I say and I give my clients as well, and it was given to me by my teacher, and it's that I know everything that I need to know when I need to know it. Okay, so saying that creates a peace in the present moment of like, wow, I know everything I need to know right now, and everything I need to know in the future, I'll know when I need to know it. And I can trust in that, actually, because life has proven us that that's a truth thus far. Okay? But this 8th house in Pisces is like, with the Pluto too, it's reminding me of uncontrollable emotion about certain changes. Okay, and this Pookie's Requiem, I just pulled up the lyrics, and it's like, I hope you're happy, I hope you're happy, got you a mini-me. Okay, in an alternate reality, I was a true thing, not your new thing. It says, stole my memes and bumped my music. Very interesting. And I'm getting a whiff of incense, which is really weird because I haven't burned incense. This is so interesting. I hope you're happy. It's like the collective is moving on from something and we're fine with it. All right. Could be different for everybody. With this Capricorn energy, it could have something to do with business, work, or like bigger picture type feelings, especially with this Pluto. I'm getting chills, like I just got a vision of somebody in an ice box. Something about putting something on ice. Let's look up the meaning of the number 68 because I'm unaware. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. Bet she meets your mom. Bet you get a dog and name it after me. Hey, Pokey. Guys, I am now going to have that stuck in my head all day. 68. A sign of nurturing family bonds, embracing financial abundance, and achieving a balanced life between material prosperity and spiritual growth. Beautiful. I am living for that. Okay, guys? Okay, hold on. Achieving a balanced life between material prosperity and spiritual growth. Okay, guys, so now I'm seeing it with this Pisces and Capricorn. I'm seeing that too. It's like 68, then Pisces and Capricorn, and Pluto is ruling the show. All right, so let's dive a little bit deeper in, and let's see what wants to come out with the cards. Like I said, I'm using the Vox Arcana Tarot, and then I'll be using the Ask Your Guides Oracle cards by Sonia Choquette or Coquette. The collective is being honest about the fact that our desires are not, we're no longer sweeping them under the rug. Even if we are in a place where, like, let's say, for instance, you desire a really luxurious vacation, right? Maybe you don't have the money right now, but that doesn't mean you just sit and hammer away at your desire. You honor the fact that you have it, and you start to ask questions. How can I get there, even if it's not here right now? All right, I recently did a reading that was the energy of 555, and I just pulled the 5 of Pentacles reversed when I just said that, confirmation, where I talked about this angelic meditation I made about the angel number 555, and it was like kind of more like a poetic meditation. It was talking about being in love with your lack thereof, because it means that it can actually come in. And the more that you despise your lack, the more you attract lack to you. Five of Pentacles reversed, though, it's like the glow up actually happened. The glow up happened, guys. I'm saying it in past tense, whether or not it's actually in past tense for you, because this is a message from your future self. It happened. That what you were working towards happened. You actually started taking the physical steps that you needed to take to get to where you wanted to be. My requiem for a dream. I want to look up the exact definition of requiem. A mass for the repose of the souls of the dead. What? A musical composition setting parts of a requiem mass of similar character. An act or token of remembrance. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I didn't realize it was that deep. Some of you guys are dedicating your success to someone who is passed, or to your ancestors, or those innocent souls who have been lost. There's something here about some kind of social justice or justice in general. And it's like the collective is being honest, like, oh, why do I desire to be wealthy and abundant? Because I actually want to create the world that I desire. So I want to make the world a better place. I want the money and the time to be able to fund this, and that. There's something about a memoriam or a memorial too. This could have to do also with spirituality and setting up a sacred place to honor the other side. I'm hearing, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss me everywhere. Oh, when I'm gone, when I'm gone. Guys, I'm seeing, you know how in the South, people are like, well, I can't remember if they have or they were talking about it, but like building a statue of Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is like super significant in this reading. It's like a small town girl who made something for herself and she's giving back, and it's like people want to memorialize this person. It's energy that's way bigger than one person. It's the collective's energy. There's something about remaining neutral. There's gonna be some things that really test our patience. I literally just got this sensory feeling, you know, when you're so stressed out, and there's like a loud noise or something, and it just like ticks you off, and then it's like, you know what? Today is actually the day I lose it. No. We need to keep our composure. If you're feeling like you're about to fight somebody, go take a nap, okay? I know it's hard in this state to be in the in-between, okay? I had Five of Pentacles reversed, but now I just got Five of Cups upright. It's very hard to accept the state of loss, the amount of loss right now. I'm picking up on a lot of pain. And then going back to that requiem, it's like really needing to memorialize and heal and find positive ways to be able to move forward. I'm also hearing joy as resistance. But and in the astrological charts right now, guys, the aspects that are happening to Mars, it's like, I can't remember if I said this in a reading I posted on here or not, but a good analogy is like the metaphor for burnout that we'll use, an image, is like what a tea kettle that's empty, but you still put it on high on a burner. It's like normally when there's water in it, it'll start screaming when the water is hot, but there's no water in it. It's not going to scream. It's just going to sit there. It has no energy to scream. It's just going to sit there and burn up and eventually just like crust over with like char. All right. And that's the energy of burnout in the collective. It's like we're already tired. We are not letting things continue to steal our energy. We're not slipping onto the eye of the stove when we have no mass of like anything to contribute or give to these circumstances or things that are trying to combat us. It's also reminding me of like someone, like I'm seeing someone who's like short on breath, like trying to catch their breath. And it's like when you're trying to catch your breath, you don't just go run another mile. Like you need to rest. 6 of Cups. You'd be surprised how the universe, it's like 5 of Cups, then directly 6 of Cups. And you know what, guys? This 6 of Cups in this deck has 2 animals on it that are angel wings. And so it's also stressing that energy of like passed on souls. Okay, so I'm getting this message that like everything is all right. There's nothing to worry about in terms of that. Like if someone was recently lost, and I'm having a weird feeling in my head. So if something happened, some kind of head injury or something like this, and not even a physical head injury, it could be like someone lost someone and the toll it's taken on somebody's head and mind is excruciating and it's painful. There's a lot of sweetness and warmth to come. It's just this natural stage of realizing what has been lost and an inability to turn and face the future. It's like because of the memorial, because of what has happened, we have to face and look at the past. But the future is abundant, although we have our backs turned towards it. I'm hearing a lot of like he said, she said, or I wish I said this, I wish I said that. Something that could be helpful for the collective is mommyonami.com/painkiller. She has this grief meditation that is really helpful for processing grief. And she talks about how grief is not just a feeling of loss. It's like unsettled energy where you feel like you didn't have, it's confusing, unsettled energy. It's like I said, I wish I said this, or I wish I said that, or like, how come this happened and I didn't know this, and it's a very interesting thing, but that could be helpful for some people here. But it's emotional, all right? But if you're really willing to honor the past, it's something that's really helped me. Death reversed. Oh, guys. My requiem of a dream. Death reversed. There's a bit of denial here, guys, about something having actually come to an end. And if this is in regards to an actual loss of somebody in your life, whether through death or through metaphorical death, meaning just change and transformation, that's because you're in this transition state. You know, it reminds me of, recently My family has gone through a loss as well in the past few weeks. And at first, it's kind of hard to accept because, for instance, the things you have to go through, like when someone passes, going through their stuff or going and grabbing their things or getting phone calls from things that, like, loose ends that they left or something like this, it's like their energy is actually still physically here. And so it's hard to actually realize that this is past. And I'm picking up on like a justified anger. Okay. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if this is resonating with you. Right now, with that 6th house energy that I was talking about when I rolled the dice, it's just about the day-to-day. Like, you can have a grander picture in mind, but it's just about the day-to-day right now. Day by day, taking it one day at a time, giving thanks for the fact that we're even here in this now, in this present moment. All right? Things will prevail. Things will prevail. This isn't a time to overwork ourselves. All right? I'm seeing, if it is work, it's spiritual. It's like I see the collective praying. I see the collective meditating. I see the collective cleansing. I just had the feeling or the inclination to start kind of like moving my hands in a motion like I'm washing them. And it's just really understanding the power of how to calm one's nervous system. You guys know I'm a hypnotherapist, so I'm always pushing for hypnosis. You guys can look up hypnosis on YouTube. Anything where you're learning how to get into a deeper brainwave state, getting more sleep. All right, guys, because I also pulled 9 of Swords now. It's not a time for overworking ourselves. It's a time of noticing the pain. Because one day it won't be so prevalent, but if we don't notice it now, when the future comes, that pain will be poking in our sides and asking for us to deal with it. All right, I'm going to pull 3 more tarot cards, and then we're going to get into some different cards. Like, I'm seeing people watching TV, and just like getting cozy and watching TV. Just make sure you're also getting sun. Okay, there's nothing wrong with like feeling sad and just watching a good show or something, or watching something that actually brings up emotion and helps you to just let your emotion out. But it's like, don't let that blue light be the light. Remain grounded in the true vibration of light, which comes from the sun. Because this will also make it easier for you to sleep when you get vitamin D. Alright, vitamin D is coming through, so some people need to take it, but I'm not a medical doctor, so that's up to you. You'll know if it fits. The collective is saying no. Nope, can't make it. Nope, don't have the time. Nope, don't have the energy. Nope, I'll talk to you when I do. No, I can't be there for that. No, that's not my job. Okay? I'm seeing it's like someone who, I'm seeing like the energy of someone who is normally like the caregiver or the nurturer, whether masculine or feminine. I'm seeing it as more of like a motherly energy, but take it how it resonates. It's like, actually, no. I can't remember where I heard this, but it's like, I remember hearing this one time, and it was like, you have to let other people learn how to like mother themselves too. And it was like this example of like a really stressed out mom, for instance, who has her children coming to stay with her. And it's like she has to learn to say, no, I'm actually not going to go make that bed up for you, but here's the sheets, you can go make it for yourself. I'm so happy you're here. No, I don't have the energy to make dinner tonight, but I would love to hang out in the kitchen while you do. I'm so glad that you're here. No, I actually don't have the time or the energy to commit to this date and time to do this X, Y, and Z for someone else. But I'm so glad that you exist and that you invited me. It's this energy of like, I'm posted up. And that's where God wants me. So if you need me, you know where to find me, but don't ask things of me that you know I'm not capable of giving. There's a question. I feel the collective questioning. Where do we go when we pass? Or what does really happen to us? It's these questions of the soul and the journey of the soul. Okay, so let's pause there and let's talk about the journey of the soul. All right, the soul is different from the spirit. Spirit is whole. You can look at spirit as the top of a triangle. That point of beginningness and endingness, it's whole. Okay, soul is a journey. Okay, it is a journey of spirit. And it's hard living on a planet where there's so much evil and so much pain to truly know what happens to people, to us, when we pass. The things that we do know are that we return to the earth, and that is comforting to know that all of our experiences that ever happened, whether they were secret or well known, the earth will remember until the end of time. But the question of the soul is, you know, like growing up in a very religious atmosphere, people question. I remember when I was a kid, people, like when I left Christianity, I had aunts and uncles being like, but don't you want to go to heaven? Who's to say? Okay, and who's to say what heaven is and all of those things? So there's a bit of an existential questioning here, and the way through this is by prioritizing earth consciousness and grounding. There's things we're not meant to know for a reason. All right, if we were to see and know everything, our brains would not be able to even comprehend it. All right, like for instance, some of the most genius people in history went insane because they knew too much, that their vessel just couldn't withstand this information anymore. Okay, so this is also bringing up a message of really understanding that if there's an overactive energy in the crown chakra or the third eye chakra or the throat chakra, and the root chakra is imbalanced or stuck, this can be what actually creates feelings of spiritual psychosis and not relating to others, or over-identifying as alien or superior or inferior. It can manifest as having downloads or experiences that make you feel crazy at times. And sometimes this is sparked when a loved one passes. For a lot of people, that never question spirituality to begin with will begin to question what they believe when something like this occurs. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, I always say some questions take lifetimes to answer because the soul is on a journey. But I'm just brought to remind you guys that we're not meant to know everything for a reason, and that's why we trust in a greater unfolding. Because if we did know, our vessels wouldn't even be able to hold all of that information. We already know, there's already so much mental health struggle and turmoil in the world, from even just looking at like the rise of social media and seeing how you can just look on your phone and see all the negative or positive, but media normally pushes negativity because that's what lures people in. You could study it in marketing. You can just pull up your phone and be able to see X, Y, and Z happening at this part of the world, and that part of the world, and this part of the world, and down the road, and then 5 miles down the road, and then all the way overseas, and it's like, how do we ground knowing so much? Okay, so and I did a reading on this. It was called Don't Look Up, and it was all about understanding that we have to ground, and it was actually about looking at the physical soil, but this is about the root chakra. So that energy was about actually understanding soil and understanding why is the word firmament coming through? The heavens or the sky, especially when regarded as a tangible thing. A sphere or world viewed as a collection of people. Yeah. Like understanding our place and how to care for our Mother Earth. So go listen to that reading if it resonates with you. But this is about like, don't look up, look down at the root chakra, at, the root chakra handles stability and security, finances, sexuality, reproduction. Okay. Sexuality in terms of like physical reproduction and like physical attraction towards other things. When we go up to the sacral chakra, we begin to have the emotions that are involved in those things, like sensuality and relational energies. But when our root chakra is ungrounded, it's very easy to feel as if we are unstable, going crazy, especially if the crown chakra is overactive. So a Kundalini awakening type of energy is coming through as well. But in regards to that question, where do we go? What happens when we pass? Or, the world card in this deck is an Ouroboros, which is the snake eating its own tail. So understanding that the same way we return to Earth, we also return to Source Spirit. Okay? And Earth is the realm in which duality of good and evil exists. You could even go as far to say Earth is the realm of heaven and hell, because in the higher dimensions, there is not duality. Okay, but these are all like more complicated topics. It's really more like the message for you guys is like, no need to worry. Okay. The Tibetan Book of the Dead or the Tibetan Book of the Living and Dead could be of significance to somebody here, or somebody here could be meant to read this. I know when I read it for the first time, it changed my life and assisted me in the awakening that has led me to who I am today, and I'm still becoming. All right, guys, so this oracle card, pleasure. What did I just say about sexuality? All right, so pleasure is actually the sacral chakra. The root chakra is reproduction. So when your root chakra is out of balance, you have sexual interactions from a compulsion, because we all compulsively are designed to like procreate or like release these certain hormones. You guys know what I'm trying to say. But then when you move up to the sacral chakra, you have pleasure, you have relationship, you have sensuality, you have reciprocity, you have emotion that begins to get involved. You have creation. Okay? So this is all about healing the root chakra so that love and reciprocity can be experienced. And so we're moving out of compulsive behavior into sensual behavior and following our flow and following our desire. And this comes from actually being able to look at these two lower chakras and see what are the blockages. And those are normally coming from some past experience where we've deduced or decided unconsciously or consciously something about ourselves. This could be in regards to finances too. So we could compulsively be living paycheck to paycheck without being able to take pleasure in the life that we're working hard for. And so that root and sacral chakra are blocked. But then when we unblock these, and there's healing there, we can begin to actually sustain wealth and then take pleasure in the things that we have created and continue to create. And so it is, guys. This card is the number 9 too, and 2025 is numerologically a 9 year. And so it's also important to realize that the pain and pleasure center in the brain is the same thing. And so sometimes we mistake pain for pleasure, and sometimes we mistake pleasure for pain. And sometimes we need to understand that something can be both. For instance, giving birth to a new child, it can be extremely pleasurable and extremely painful at the same time. It could even be letting go of a past loved one who has lived a full life. It could be pleasurable to see them go on this journey of transforming into letting go of this world, but it could also be extremely painful because of the grief of no longer having that person around. Okay, so there's a message here about understanding. It's all about waking up to the play of life. Okay, it's like assuming character almost. Like what I mean when I say that is if we come here and we incarnate on earth to have certain experiences like birth and death, then we can learn to just find the pleasure and the pain in both and hold the opposites, okay? But someone who can hold the opposites is someone who understands higher wisdom, which is at times only found through hardship. Okay, so I just pulled partnerships and love, nature spirits, and then purpose, master teacher. Okay, I'm seeing the collective bringing people into harmony with nature. It could be their inner nature, it could be outer nature, but I'm seeing also the collective learning to have partnerships and love with nature, with Mother Earth. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, I'm coming back to that vision of somebody trapped in ice, an ice box. And it's like that I'm seeing someone that's been in this cold for so long stepping into the sun and then having this massive realization of the importance of the sun. And then it's like they almost become a representative of the sun for the rest of the world. And so they are now a sun child on a journey to spread the love and the awareness and the light of the sun. Okay, this purpose card is obviously showing us that every experience we have in life is cultivating our purpose. Our purpose is not a job. Our purpose is not the book we wrote. Our purpose is not the song we sung. Our purpose is the entire life we live from start to finish, and how we interact with the world and ourselves in these subtle frequencies. And not even all the time are we aware of our purpose, but sometimes other people can make us aware of it. Again, that Dolly Parton energy is coming through of like, maybe at first she never thought that she would be seen as this sweet figure who's more than just a singer, you know, more than just backwoods Barbie. But she's actually a teacher, and she shows people how to love themselves or how to invest into their communities and how to change things. Okay. Sometimes we're unaware and our purpose happens to us, and it's just a gift that we wake up to. And sometimes it's like, actually not sometimes, all the time, it's this, which is like the movie Soul, the Disney movie Soul, which is like, our purpose is to breathe in the air, breathe in the air, you know, to just exist in this realm, on earth, in nature. Okay, our purpose is just to be human. All right, and so some of you guys could be questioning, what's the purpose of all of this? And the answer is just to be human. Okay, guys? So let's get some finishing messages for you from my oracle deck, and then I'll send you on your merry way, and with love and blessings and support for whatever you are going through currently. There is lots of support beyond the veil for the collective. All right. I just got another song that came in my mind. I'm gonna look at the lyrics.
Hey.
Oh! Guys, I'm so sorry. Anyways, it's yeah, I heard Denial is a River, and I know that's a Dochi song, but I feel like the message is actually okay. Yeah, I just scrolled to the end here. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Don't want to have to turn up into guts into soup beans. And then it's like, we don't want to revert back into our old ways, so we're just going to try a breathing exercise, okay? All right. So there's something about breath work and just focusing on day to day. The bottom of this deck says faith, having faith in the unknown, having faith in what you do know and how God and spirit, your spirit guides have already worked in your life. But I'm also getting like, denial is a river. It's like a greater message of like, there's a little bit of denial right now of maybe something that's happened or occurred out of a survival mechanism. 444 So 44, 44. It's not going to last forever. It's going to wash down the river and smooth the stones over, okay? I added a bunch more into this deck that I made, so the shuffling takes a moment. Guys, this card is yet to come out, and it just came out. The Bardo. Seek a guide for the journey. Alright guys, let me look up the definition of Bardo, because the way I know it, I just want to read the definition. It's the soul between its death and rebirth. What was I saying, guys? There's a soul on a journey. That requiem energy. The Bardo in Tibetan Buddhism is a state of existence between death and rebirth, varying in length according to a person's conduct and life and manner of age at death. All right. There's also an energy to the Bardo that is the parts of us that we neglect. You know, the brain will physically shut out memories that it knows that we can't handle. And these sometimes live in the Bardo because a person can actually live and die and not remember maybe one of the most traumatic things that have happened to them. Okay, so this is some heavy energy. It's interesting that came through because I also talked about the Tibetan Book of the Dead. And I talked about prayer as well, and that is huge. All right, and there's that Kendrick song that it's like, I swear to God, I hope you actually pray when somebody dies. It's like, pray. All right. And not praying like, God, save me. Just pray. All right. Let it come natural. And this card says, seek a guide for the journey. Seek out somebody who can be with you in this time. You're not meant to go at this alone. You're meant to ground. You're meant to trust. All right. Some of you need to be careful. I'm not picking this up for everybody, but somebody listening may be trying to get mediumship readings or something about a past loved one. Be careful, especially if this is soon after something occurs. You need to have compassion for yourself and allow yourself to process things. You don't need to know everything, right? What did I say? We don't need to know everything. All right. And I just pulled, don't look further into this. Okay. So there's a reason why we know what we know and we don't know what we don't know. All right. And so I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's like what I said, that affirmation. You guys could repeat this to yourself. I know everything I need to know when I need to know it. All right, guys. This is real. This is real. I'm talking straight to your heart. You are loved. You are seen. You are meant to be here. And no matter what experiences that you're having or what you have lost or what you're finding pleasure or pain in, or feeling confused about, it's all shaping a grander vision that spirit has for you. And there's a reason you're interacting with the spirit realm in this way right now. And you're meant to continue to have faith and know that you're in a vortex of energy, like a swirl. So don't try to find answers that you don't need. You know everything you need to know when you need to know it. And I hope that this reading helped you. I'm honored to have been a messenger today to assist you, and also I'm grateful these messages came through for me because I need it. So thank you, Spirit, and I'll see you guys in another reading. Subscribe to my channel for more, and like the video and comment down below if this resonated with you, and I'll see you soon.